All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golfballing podcast. I don't even know the last time we did 2 in a week. This one's going to be loaded, but for the wrong reasons. Once again, as always, we're joined by Ryan. Hello, Ryan. And Ryan, I don't know, maybe you save me the breath. What happened here?
Nick left us. Plain and simple. We had the third amigo. He was back in the saddle. And like post start time text.
Yep.
Saying he wasn't going to make it.
Yep. I've been saying after every podcast we do, and Ryan brought it up last episode. So we did one, I think, Monday. And we keep doing these 25, 30-ish minute pods. And so Ryan's like, let's do 2 a week. Hell yeah. I didn't know you were down for 2 a week. Fuck yeah, let's do 2 a week. So maybe Nick can pop on for at least one of these because you and I both have been saying, Nick's got to get back on the pod. Nick's got to get on the pod. Every time I see Nick, get back on the pod. And you come to an agreement to come back onto the pod, 5:15 Thursday. And honestly, a classic Nick injury. But
I mean, the big thing is that he brings true golf knowledge to the group. I am so.
Sean's gonna fucking roll in his, or he's alive. Whatever roll in his grave would be for alive people. That's what Sean's doing right now after that sentence.
I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm just saying, out of the friend group,
I agree with you. Yeah,
you know, that we have to choose from and pick from. Yeah, he would certainly bring a little more insight to probably today's golf versus me picking Webb Simpson to be a sleeper. So
yeah, it sucks. I don't know. I don't even know the last time, because Nick and I did the pod after Golfballing got clicked down, probably for like a few months, and then I had no idea what the fuck to do, so I kind of stopped doing the pod in general, and then Nick's a difficult guy to get in. I don't know if reliable contact's the word, but I don't know. People live different lives, live in different states. You've got your own shit going on, so I don't know. He's got to get back on the pod. But yeah, we're doing a Thursday. I don't even know the last time I did a 2 a week pod. So I've got one talking point, but we're drinking some bourbon, and golf was on today. Do you want to hear my fun golf bets? So you told me.
Hold on. Speaking of different states, have we figured out the Hard Rock thing yet?
Okay, yeah, this is going hand in hand. So I know you said in the last episode that now I'm a Florida resident, I can be on Hard Rock. Rory McIlroy. So I was up till about 4 last night. I'm on a really, really bad run. And I saw Rory McIlroy at the Truist say that this is like too easy. I'll pull up the quote. I'll pull up the exact quote right now. Rory McIlroy on Philly Cricket Club. I just realized that these new renovated old school courses, like the strategy is just hit driver everywhere and then figure it out from there. And so I saw him say that. And then who's the Twitter guy? Like Michael Kim? He tweeted that there's going to be low scores this weekend. So I pull up Underdog. I don't do Hard Rock because my wallet's in the car. I left it in the car and it's 3 a.m. and I just saw Rory talking shit about this course. I go on Underdog Sports. All of the over-unders are like 68.5. It's a par 70 course. So I've got 2 pro golfers saying dudes are going low. If you hit the ball long, you're going low. So I throw $100 on Underdog, 4 various $25 bets. And my retard self has Jordan Spieth in 2 of them. And so I bet $100 yesterday and I won $110. And if it wasn't for stupid fucking Jordan Spieth being the only person probably who shot par, then yeah, we'd have a different story. But I'm going to look into that more. I think PGA Championship week, because if Underdog's going to continue to throw me 68.5 over-unders for some of the best players in the world, I'm gonna run it this week.
You're also glossing over the fact that that's only 2 under.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is they're giving me the opportunity to bet Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth to just shoot 2 under. I'm gonna take it. And every golfer, I bet on Will Zalatoris, I bet on Sungjae Im. The only person I bet twice is Jordan Spieth. Both times he fucked me. So I don't know why I do it, but we do it. And I am really excited for the PGA Championship next week. I think it's finally hit everybody because like Garrett, I don't know if you saw all these people, all these YouTubers are at Oakmont filming something that I'm sure we're about to see.
Well, what I didn't realize is they're doing like a creator classic for every tournament now. It seems kind of silly.
Is that what it is? Because I'll see that on TV on like a Wednesday. It'll be like the Creator Classic and they're playing the tournament, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And then I just saw something in regards to that Rory Truist tweet. I saw something about a Creator Classic saying the same or something about that. And I was like, they're doing that every week?
Maybe not every week, but I think it's like maybe highlighted events or
And this
elevated
is like
events
on television.
Can we talk about Keegan Bradley firing off a 6 under round today?
Do you really?
Yeah, good for him.
So your sleeper pick was Cam Davis, I believe. He's only 1 under. My sleeper pick, Eric Van Rooyen, is in 11th place. So I'm hoping Cam Davis gets cut. Van Rooyen makes the cut. And then I don't remember your 3 motley crew of golfers that you picked to go against the beast of Rory McIlroy, but he's 4 under, so I'm feeling good.
I think I had JT in there.
Yep, you're right.
I had Oberg, who's also at 4 under.
Yep.
And I forget the last one. Shoffley.
Okay.
I think those were my 3. We can go back and fact check that, but they're all right around Rory, so I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. Cool to see Ricky Fowler before Keith Mitchell loves shooting a low 60 on Thursday, and Denny McCarthy.
I'm going to throw out a suggestion on the bet.
Okay.
The same way me and Wes do for majors, pick a couple golfers, $20 a man. If you win, it's doubled. So obviously last week Scotty won. I think obviously that's not going to count. We're not going to prorate it. But I think moving forward, we pick, okay, if Rory comes in 5th and beats all my golfers, you get 1 point. If somehow Rory finds a way to win this tournament, you would win 2.
Oh.
So if you actually pick the winner. Now, it's going to get a little convoluted on the weeks where Scotty Scheffler's not playing because I have 3 golfers against the field here. So I'm in a little better position after Thursday. Yeah. But
I still want to do when Rory and Scotty are playing, I want to do a non of those 2 as well for us. So we have the reoccurring Scotty Rory.
And if anybody wins, like if Eric Van Rooyen finds a way to win this weekend, you're getting 2 points.
We need stakes. We should throw stakes on. So I'll throw it up. If you're watching this on YouTube, 6-3 all time. It's kind of weird because we did ties and we just eliminated ties on Monday because who the hell cares? So kind of a modified 6-3. We should have. I feel like we should have like the 1st to 10, 1st to 20, 1st to 30. I feel like we should have something that would keep a viewer entertained where you're actually looking on Thursday afternoon where Eric Van Rooyen is and where Webb Simpson is. And, so we don't have to figure it out today, but maybe we should bookshop that into something because we can have some fun with that. Whether it's a podcast challenge, like could be something stupid. Like
I would actually have to start doing some research then and not just picking people blindly. I just don't follow the PGA.
No, but I'm saying it could be fun things too. Like,
I agree.
You lost last week, so instead of sipping on that bourbon shot, let's go back to that little shelf there, which you can only see if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify. Let's pick the bottom of the barrel here and let's take a quick swig. Just silly stuff like that. Not like cut your fucking dick off. Did you see the new Black Mirror?
I haven't watched that in forever.
I haven't either.
Season or 2.
You should watch this one, dude. I watched the first episode of the new season, anticipating it was going to kind of be like a little wokey, kind of crappy, and that was a really good one. I very much enjoyed. So, yeah. Oh, I've got a talking point that I thought would be a talking point, but it turned out not. But nonetheless, we're going to pull it up here. Because I texted you that we got to start talking more live, which is true. But this is kind of a stupid screen grab. So, nuclear golf with all the fucking emojis. Ratings battle. Viewership numbers are in for pro golf last weekend with Liv Korea and the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson. Final round viewership. Liv had 48K. PGA Tour had 2.9 million. But I get it. They were in Korea and it was on at like 11 on Friday or Saturday. But now
what's
that
normal viewership? I mean, what's like
right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What's last year's Miami Live event, the finals? What was the TV? Oh, maybe it was just TV this year. So that might be tough to look up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, just look up like live viewership in general. I wonder what a normal daytime tournament is coming in at.
2023 Live Golf Miami drew around a record number with 484,000
That was on YouTube
in 2023.
Dude, I'm pretty sure they just got a contract this year or maybe last year for Live.
Yeah, with Fox, right? Because it used to be
Fox
on
or TNT.
Oh, they might be.
Either way, I think it's more recent than 2023. So if you had 480,000 people on YouTube, I'm actually fairly impressed by that.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'm talking TV ratings. I want to see like what viewership on a Saturday afternoon for Live is.
But this can't be right because they're telling me Fox viewership for 2023. Oh, you can't even see this. They're telling me Fox viewership for 2023, but they weren't a Fox affiliate yet, right? So
no.
I don't think this is a good AI overview because they're telling me
it is Fox. It is Fox.
Oh, here we go. So this is 2025. All right.
It was announced 2025, January 16th, starting in February. Fox sets to air.
I know. I'm just saying. AI overview was telling me Fox viewership from 2023 Live, which wouldn't be possible. So now on the screen we've got Miami 2025 Live, 484,000 people tuned in. I guess Mark Leishman won. I didn't know Mark Leishman was on Live. And that figure still pales in comparison to the 1.7 million who turned into the final round of the PGA Tour's Valero Texas Open. And keep in mind, Mr. Brian Harmon won that. So,
ask him about the TGL viewership comparison.
TGL viewership is horrible. It's below 1 million.
No.
Yeah. On Friday, Live Golf on Fox outdrew PGA Tour viewership on Golf Channel. But you don't really watch Golf Channel coverage. The trouble for Live could be Sunday's numbers. Although they were the highest for the league in the U.S., still fall short about the PGA by about 3.5. And that was a really loaded Sergio, Bryson, Phil were in the final group.
How many people do you think are accounted for that just turned on CBS for some news in the morning, left their TV on, and they're watching whatever tournaments being broadcast from the PGA Tour?
Well, it's going to be at least one because I never know that Live Golf is on, but I have this TV in my office that is just always playing. And sometimes I will be doing a live stream at night or whatever, and there's a Live event on. So I never even know when these tournaments are on. I never know where to watch them, but I'm sure if I cared, I could figure both of those out fairly easily. But like I got the Truest on now. They're on 18. It sucks that we have to do this with Live all the time because everybody agrees, like at face value, the idea is in the right place. And just like kind of the underbelly of the concept of live makes sense, and most people are okay with the concept of live. But now it has gotten to a point where you have to pick a side, and even though I'm a PGA Tour truther, I can still enjoy a live golf event, but if the tour is on, I'm going to watch the tour. And so live people are upset with that kind of take, and it just sucks how you have to like have a side, and people who now like live are only live, like liver and onions or whatever that Twitter account is. Like you only care about live, and you have a vendetta against the PGA Tour and vice versa. So now it's turned into like almost like a culture war, but maybe
So
that's just Instagram comments.
I have a different take on that. I think there are people who are interested in live, have a player that they love that has gone to live, and they're going to support that product, and they're going to defend that product. They're not going to shy away from the PGA Tour. I'm sure they still watch it. I'm kind of the same way. It's like I'll defend live all day long because I think it is an attempt to grow the game. I think it is at its face value entertaining, could be better, right? I think there's still improvement. Same as TGL. We've had that conversation multiple times. I don't think TGL is anything great, but the idea is a good start. This could be something cool. Was it entertaining for me? Not necessarily. But live is like, you just hate it because it took your golfers away. If you're on the PGA side of that argument, you're just mad that they took away these golfers and they started something new and whatever else. My perspective is, A, they're going to get back together and merge at some point. They've already tried. It's in the works. It will be better for everybody on the PGA Tour when that happens. When they find a way to come together, play in events together, or just come back as one, right? I don't know the ins and
Saudi
outs.
doesn't want that.
Yes, they do. They tried to merge with PGA Tour last year.
Oh, so you're saying they just want a chip of the bite of the cookie here?
No, but what I'm saying is, let's just say Liv was allowed to play on the PGA Tour again, right? John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, maybe not Brooks Koepka, the Cam Smiths, the younger and more prevalent players, they're going to play more than the live events. They're playing those because they're making the most money and they have to play the least. But if you're telling me that they can go to the players and the waste management and, you know, some more elevated events besides the majors, live players would gladly go back and play and compete against the best people in the world. There just has to be some sort of synergy that brings it back together, because it is so disjointed that it's not fun to watch either of them. Although no one's going to argue the PGA Tour's got better golfers. There's just way more of them. But you have...
But I, of course, argue that. The live competition is terrible.
No. The live competition is terrible, but there are 4 or 5 golfers that decrease the level of competition on the PGA Tour.
I mean, that's fine. I understand Bryson DeChambeau and I understand John Rahm, but no one cares about John Rahm sucks now, and so does Cam Smith. And like, that's just the bottom line.
I think
their career's over, their legacy is over. No one gives a shit about Brooks Koepka anymore.
No,
you used to watch a tournament. You used to watch a major and actively root for Brooks Koepka to win a major because he says how easy they are to win in comparison to a normal PGA Tour event. And so then I have to watch Brooks Koepka shoot 2 over at Augusta on Thursday and Friday once a year. I don't care anymore about Brooks Koepka. I do not care about Bryson DeChambeau. I don't care about Patrick Reed.
Point. My whole point. It's no. Hear me out. Brooks Koepka doesn't give a shit anymore. He is one of those people who made his money. He's over there playing 10 times a year. You know, once a month, the guy has to play golf, right? If he was on the PGA Tour still having to grind it out, and none of them have to grind it out. They're all rich as fuck. We get that. But Brooks Koepka and DJ is another great example. DJ doesn't give 2 shits. He's like, yo, I've had 20 some odd wins, 30 wins in the PGA Tour. I don't know what the actual number is. I'm going to say 24 if you want to fact check that. I think he's had 20 plus wins in the PGA Tour. He's had a good career. He's older. He doesn't care. But the younger guys, they would be grinding it out on the PGA Tour, and they wouldn't have fallen off. I get Brooks Koepka is not the player he was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, but it's because he doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
He is unapologetically Brooks Koepka. He's just like, fuck it. You guys paid me. I'm over here now. I'll show up to the majors, and I'm going to go home to my banging wife and live the best life I could possibly live. And it's really hard to point fingers at that guy. Who's to say they wouldn't do the same?
Oh, I mean, yeah, 100%. And so I've got the Live Korea leaderboard. Bryson won. Charles Howell, Taylor Gooch, Patrick Reed, Thomas Peters, Matthew Wolff, Cam Smith, John Rahm's there, or Carlos Ortiz, Louis, Poulter, Hatton. I mean, I know they don't have an insane amount of players, but it's cool. It's a cool leaderboard in the sense of like, if I were to turn on a PGA Tour event at the Truist, and I've got Bryson, Charles Howell, Taylor Gooch, Patrick Reed, Peters, all these guys in it, it would be so much awesome. And I definitely know what you mean, and that's what makes it so hard. Is everyone hates Liv because it's like these guys sold their soul, and it's like someone writes you a blank check for $45 million. What the fuck are you doing? Like I'm a huge old school traditional golf guy, but if you hand me a $40 million check and you tell me we're gonna eventually reach a agreement with PGA Tour, you're gonna be able to play in the majors. How do you turn down 40 million? Like,
No,
even if
I
you're
agree.
Dustin freaking Johnson.
But to my point on the strength of the field, I just want to note 2 players in the top 5 of the Masters, Live players.
And Bryson, it's awesome. Yeah.
Bryson and Patrick Reed. So my point to the strength of field is that it brings the likability down for a fan. Well, now I'm looking at the most prominent tournament in the world. 2 of the best players are on a tour that you got to watch on YouTube for 2 years and then tune into Fox at 2:30 in the morning to catch it. Like, that's my problem as a fan, right? That's the disconnect for me. If you allowed them to play in more tournaments, it wouldn't even be a big deal. But golf is so convoluted and just in a weird state. There's no other way to put it. It's just weird right now. And it's going to be for probably the next 2 years.
Yeah. I'm looking up when this started because I'm just getting sick of it. It was founded in 2021. So it's been 4 years. Inaugural season was 2022. So we're in year 4. I don't have any issue with Saudis as far as, because that was the whole thing. But that was the whole thing in 2021.
Take a Live sponsorship. I'm really thinking we should just shift our focus there. They pay big money, man. I know.
Right. All the Live influencers, country club
boys got paid, I'm sure.
Yeah. Drunk by the turn. I just hate those style of content.
Doesn't have to be.
I know, but all the Live influencers, I'm thinking of Drunk by the Turn specifically. It's a kid who's a little bit younger than me, just making memes still about getting drunk on the course. And that's what used to really be in fashion. I guess it still is, but the Live influencer sphere is kind of just, I don't want to say the word poser because I don't think those people are posers, but it's an ingenuine support of Live Golf is the way I view influencers, like all the ones.
See,
I don't think it's genuine. I think it's genuine in the sense of they're paying you money to do this, so now you are interested into it.
But think about my viewpoint, right? I'm a common fan. Let's just say I had 1 million followers on Instagram.
Fuck.
If they approached me, I wouldn't have this moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Oh man, like it's the Live, it's the Saudis. People look down on
this. If anything, you're way more down. If you are a golf creator on a social media platform, you are 100% down with getting on board with Live, because I'm telling you, that's how bad it is on the PGA Tour. That is how bad it is. It is really bad, folks. I can't do jack shit about the PGA Tour. It's all pictures. It's all tweets. I mean, it's bad. And you can be like a Zaire and make it, pretty cool because they're finding, like the best of the best. But yeah, man, it's tough. I think Golfballing was in its prime when Liv started. I was kind of always surprised. I never heard anything because they were always when they first launched, they were really pushing getting people on board with Liv. They were sending free crap to small influencers and stuff. So
Oh, I got a good story for you.
let's do it.
So this is so off topic, but
Good. I'm done with Liv.
It's off topic, but it's kind of like a little bit of a tangent. So as far as like selling tickets and getting people interested, I got the most crazy phone call yesterday. Catherine and I went to the Everblades game last Friday.
Oh, nice.
Game 2 won 5-3, or excuse me, game 1 of series 2, so the quarterfinals, won 5-3. Bought my tickets online. Didn't think anything of it. I had a sales guy call me yesterday and basically was like, "Hey, I saw you bought your tickets on Ticketmaster. Here's my number. Here's my direct line. Next time you see a price on Ticketmaster that you think is lower, call me and I'll beat that price." And I'm like, these guys want people in the door, like just grassrooting the Everblade ticket. I was so taken back. I was like, this is what Liv needs to do. Liv needs to call personally and to say, you know what? We think you should come to Miami.
That's funny. The Everblades is the affiliate to it's the Panthers, AAA
They're
Panthers.
not anymore.
Oh no shit! What is it now?
So they actually traded to the Blues. So we're a Blue St. Louis Blues affiliate.
That sounds familiar. Okay.
It was end of last season. Well, what's crazy is we're talking ECHL, which I believe is like AA hockey, essentially.
Is it AA? Okay.
I don't know hockey like
it
that.
It might be AAA.
I was about to say, I'm not going to pretend to know hockey, but ECHL is triple or AA hockey. They have won what is the Kelly Cup 3 years in a row. This would be year 4. So
they won it last year?
3 years running,
dude. They won it last year? I thought it was looking grim or something. Wow.
I went to a playoff game last year as well. Definitely going to get some finals tickets. Went out to dinner with Mr. Churchill last week.
Nice.
grand time. Actually, and Derek.
Oh, no. Wow.
Dude, man, what's crazy is like we were sitting at the bar and we called Brooks. They were trying to get in touch with, remember Chef Brooks?
Of fucking course.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. So we had a little reunion last week on the Top Golf League. So that was cool.
Oh, man.
Went to the Everblades game. Dude, honestly, if there's I'll look up the schedule when we get done here. You and Marissa should come down to a playoff game.
Yeah, we should. I see it on the Tampa News sometimes.
If it's a Friday, just pop down on a Friday afternoon. We'll go to the game. Y'all crash, play golf.
Hell yeah. I've got same thing as you, loosely based off that, kind of on topic, kind of off topic. I got my renewal today. $2,400.
Is that more or less?
That is $300 more than I'm currently paying, and I would say like it's not half vacant here, but there are plenty of vacant spots here. They're ridiculous, charging $2,400, and so
you should go in there and just negotiate.
That's the idea, but I also would rather live in Fort Myers than here.
Bang. Love to hear that.
And you brought up Derek and Brooke. You guys have heard the Top Golf League. I've got Ryan's signed picture here.
Oh, hell yeah.
This was version 1. This was our first championship. Nick's there. Nick, Ryan, me, Kavanaugh's, and hold on.
That was a great move, though. I was very proud of myself.
I can't. What's this guy's name?
Chris, my boss.
No, not the Kavanaughs.
Dox the fuck out of
them. I'm just talking first
Ricardo.
name. I got it. Yeah, I knew it started.
Ricardo.
Damn it. I've been seeing him since the
I talked to him a couple weeks ago, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Really? So we won our first version of the Top Golf League. I wish Nick popped in here randomly right now in the car after his appointment. Hey guys. And then version 2 was they might have even been version 3, but anyways, great people down there in Fort Myers.
Who else was on that league? Me, you, Chris, Ricardo, Derek, Brooks. Those were the 6. And then we had fill-ins.
Yeah, because I think Matt was in there too.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Matt's
I
never
think
been
Brooks
on the
might have been a
pod.
fill-in.
Brooke was always a fill-in. Yeah, Brooks was always fill-in.
Well, what about Rob was in there too. Me, you.
Yeah, Rob was in there.
Rob.
That was the year we lost.
That's
Because I think Derek was it Derek was there for the first championship as a fill-in with Matt or something?
No, Chris's dad.
But that was the first one.
So
we played 3 Top Golf leagues, won the first 2, lost the third.
I missed the finals. I wasn't there for one of the finals.
Okay, so you missed the second. You missed the second finals, and it was me, Nick, Matt, and I think Derek was the 4th score. I think Brooke was there too,
and Rob,
and maybe Rob. Yeah, because I remember you not being there, and I think that was the year we. I mean, you absolutely fucking smoked him. I think we had I think it was literally like me, Matt, Derek, and Rob and Brooke. I think that was our 5 or something. And I don't think it was Brooke, but like all 4 of us fucking smoked. It wasn't even close. So then the plumbers had to bring some help moving forward. But yeah, I miss Top Golf League, man. I think there's a Top Golf down in St. Pete. I'm not really
there's
trying to get to Top Golf unless we're in a league situation. Yeah,
dude, that was the greatest thing. It was like $12 a week.
Yeah, it was awesome. If you live near Top Golf, and I would inquire about a Top Golf League because that was really fun.
It's like $100 a man for 8 weeks.
Yeah, and all you have to do is win, and you'll never care about how much it costs to play necessarily because they give you the free entry, or they used to give you the free entry.
You know what? I'm going to give you some motivation. We actually talked about renewing our membership for the league come fall, when it's nice outside and not sun blaring in your face. So you should definitely move your ass back down here and get the game going.
I'd say pencil me in because at worst, I think right now I'd either move to Sarasota or Fort Myers.
Well,
and I know she's down for whatever, but
I'll say this. I know Cape Corral's not your speed, but
no, we're not talking Cape Corral. Oh no.
Just a side note for anybody listening.
Yeah, if anyone's ever been to Cape Coral, what is it? What is it actually pronounced?
Cape Coral.
Cape Coral, Florida. It's north of Fort Myers.
Hold on. We're just going to go sidebar here. The first time Jackson moved down here with just the most straight face ever. He's like, yeah, we were looking around in Cape Coral. Excuse me? And ever since, Cape Coral has just been Cape Coral.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, there's no way coral. That's such a foreign word to me. Cape Coral? What the fuck is that? It's made up.
The coral reef?
We are not moving to the Cape.
Surrounded by water? I don't know.
We are not moving to the Cape. Every time my mom would come visit, she would stay in the Cape. And I'd be driving through their corrals. It's just such a fascinating, shitty fucking town.
Well, I know somebody who can give you a great deal on an apartment if you want to move back.
Really, yeah. I'd rather live. I'm not going to dox my possible next apartment, but I'm trying to live right there.
No, dude, honestly, go link up with Eric, and that spot's sick.
Yeah, I would see it. It's funny. I would see
have a simulator in the freaking.
I know. I still could never figure that out. For the listeners, my girl lived in a place with a golf sim in Fort Myers, and our buddy Eric, or Ryan's buddy Eric, that he introduced me to, that we played with 2 weeks ago from the podcast, Eric and Kenny. He lives in that apartment complex. But do you This is so funny. You remember the first time I met Eric? It was when we were at that course in Sanibel, and you had the worst golf round I've probably ever seen you have. And so you were done, or
I
we
went
were
back
done,
out.
and you went back.
I played 36 that day. I wasn't going home with the memory of that. I was like, I'm gonna leave you guys at the bar. I'm just gonna go play more golf.
So that was a funny time. So basically, that was the first time I met Eric, and I would see him all the time walking his dog. Not like we're passing each other on the street, but like he's across the corner, and I can just see that's Eric walking his dog. And I never said hi to him, but I never was like in an easy like, oh hey,
Yeah, he's great
so
people, man.
yeah. Oh man, what are we playing next?
You
Dude, we
know,
need a live pod. I brought all this stuff last or 2 weekends ago. We should have ripped one.
I don't even know how we'd set it up.
Dude, it's all right here. It's all
No,
right
I
here.
understand that.
Actually,
What?
with your new mic, we could literally just set it up right there, figure out a chair, bring that up, and just have a pod. Would be so easy. So let's try and play golf in May if anything pops up. Shoot
So
my line.
this weekend I have company. Like I have a spot Sunday. I just don't have any work for you to crash. I got a full house.
We're playing Sunday. When are you playing?
9.
9? Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Actually playing with Hagerman Saturday
Oh, really?
out at Webb's.
Oh, man. Tell him I say hello.
Yeah. And then Sunday, got some folks in town. Good buddy of mine from Kentucky's coming down. And then I don't know if you met my friend Mario. He lives up in Lakeland. But
Mario. Oh, that's the Cabot guy?
No.
Or not Cabot. Weren't you just up here?
Lakeland.
Yeah, you've said
Yeah. He's up in Lakeland. Him and his girl are coming down, so got him and then a buddy from Kentucky in. So pretty tied up this weekend, but possibly next weekend. I have another friend from college. Again, he's staying for 4 nights. He's going to work from my kitchen.
Holy shit!
So we both work from home. He's going to set up in the kitchen coming in Sunday, and he's got a wedding in Tampa. So honestly, the only weekend I have a bed open in my house is going to be the last weekend of the month.
Oh man, I mean that's fine. That's fine. But
or no, 24th is I guess the 24th and the 31st. So the last 2 weeks of the month, it's 5-week month. I'll have open.
Yeah, hit my line. I didn't even need to necessarily sleep there. I could, but if it's 9, probably no go. But
well, I was gonna say 9's. You're never making a 9 o'clock tee time 2 hours from you.
But I do have. I'm on my. I guess I'm on my country club membership till 26. So I am trying all the time to go golf 1 hour south, and so if we were to set something up of I can't even crash at your place, but you're playing, you need a fourth, and it's maybe not 9 a.m. or even if it is 9 a.m., I can easily be, hours drive. So, yeah. But thanks for joining me. Thank you all for listening. Obviously, Nick was supposed to come on tonight, so but I think we're doing 2 weeks no matter what, man. I'm excited. We're seeing some real podcast growth. It is really cool. We're seeing real golf balling growth on Instagram. The only thing left is YouTube, and I'll figure that out soon. But as always, these are available on YouTube, and I put the link in the description, and you've seen my clip accounts. We're in the lab. We're in the lab right now. But thank you all for listening. And hey, I haven't said this in a long time. We haven't had a review on Apple in 2 years. So if anybody's feeling generous, that would be cool. That's it. Thank you, Ryan, for tuning in.
261 is not a prime number, by the way. I just looked it up.
No? We're getting up there, dude. I don't even know. I never even really knew what a prime number was. And now we're all the way at 260, and I'm missing Sean here. I'm missing my math guy.
Get
Sean
ready. Something special coming for episode 300. We're not far away.
Sean might be listening to these pods here. I don't know if it's a week-to-week thing. So
fuck Sean.
Let's send me a text about prime numbers. And you'll actually probably text me about that. You actually probably DM us from that. So we'll see you next week. And hey, you know what? Maybe Sean's trying to hop on the pod because he just heard that. So he's about to hit the group chat. So we'll maybe see you with Nick and Sean and Ryan next week. So stay tuned.
Probably not.
Probably not. I think he's busy that day.
Probably
that's a freaking classic joke, by the way, that probably no one understands. Let's go. If you're on Team Jackson, let's go Rory McIlroy this weekend. And Eric Van Rooyen, just keeping care of business and making sure Cam Davis doesn't catch up.
Can I go on a small tangent before we end this?
Please, dude.
So about 2 weeks ago, you and I were talking, and I went back and re-listened like the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh yeah, this was Monday's episode. Yeah. I'm glad you brought this up. I totally
So I have one question, and we can just leave it with this. What happened to Doug?
Doug? Oh, wait, dude. I totally thought you were thinking about, we need to mention what happened on Monday's pod. Doug Cuff?
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. He supports. I like Doug a lot. Doug will send me a random DM, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, just checking in.
That was the last one I listened to. You had Doug on.
Really? Yeah, I miss Doug, man. He's got to get Doug. If you're listening to this, fucking hop on. Man, Doug was, like you, one of those, early podcast listeners that actually reached out and is just a normal, cool ass dude.
I thought you were moving to fucking Florida, which is wild.
Right? Move to your town?
Here we are.
We fucking are, dude. Oh, man. What a small world. Yeah, maybe I'll shoot Doug a DM. But, anyways, real quick, final rant. Ryan, on our last podcast, we were doing the whole guess who the second golfer is in the most number 1 weeks in the world.
Yes.
And apparently I said Greg Norman in the first couple of minutes. And then you proceeded to guess for probably 10 minutes on who number 2 was.
I went back and listened. I go, you totally told me who it was, and I guessed like I didn't hear you.
Okay,
I think it's apparent that I didn't hear you. But when I went back and listened, I go, yeah, he already told me it was fucking Greg Norman. It took me 6 minutes to guess that.
Oh man, yeah, I was in the car, so I'll have to go back and watch that because I'm gonna start clipping that too. So, yeah, thank you guys for this, and we'll see you next week.